Active FM. Radio has never been better.
What is up?
Hello.
This is the movie show
On your favorite ORSPS.
Active FM. I'm Sash.
My name's Ryan.
And today we are doing a review like never before. I feel like we've never reviewed a film like this.
Yes, this is a transfusion.
I actually get why it's called that. Do you know why it's called that?
I think, I'm glad you asked because I had to think about it afterwards. I think he chose to give the mother's blood to the son.
Blood transfusion.
Yes, I
Yep,
thought so.
that was it.
So there's the
Okay.
depth to it. There's the depth to it.
Yes.
And
But wait, we haven't explained. So,
Yes.
so there's a film that's come out. It's actually a 2023 film called Transfusion. Just came out like right now. And the only reason I was interested in watching this film, because I was the one that told Ryan about this film. The only reason I was interested in watching this film is because of who was in it. And the main character is played by Sam Worthington. If you don't know who that is, go throw yourself off a cliff right now. I'm joking.
Well, I don't know.
But still
who
go
it
throw
was.
yourself. How do you...
I don't know.
I
who
will
it
tell
was.
you who Sam Worthington is, guys. He plays Jake Sully in Avatar. He
Yeah.
is like the protagonist of Avatar. Yes, that dude. You also know him from Hacksaw Ridge. You just didn't click. And you know him. Do you remember that movie Man on a Ledge? That was a brilliant movie, Ryan. Have you not watched that movie?
Probably have.
That was a brilliant movie. Man on a Ledge. I didn't click he was in it, but it was Sam Worthington.
No, okay. It looks a lot different than the other films. Even in Avatar's like... And then, especially in this film, when there was like the, when he's all cleaned up and stuff, it's like, oh, right.
Right. But also, if you've watched Clash of the Titans and Wrath of the Titans,
I believe so, yeah.
he was also in those films. So that is Sam Worthington. And I mean, he is like he's a serious Hollywood star.
And I don't know if you noticed, it's an all-Australian cast.
Now, this is the interesting part about this film. So now, this film is... I would actually call it, you get like A grade films and then you get B grade films.
This is an A grade because it's A for Australia.
No, that's not what A grade stands for. Sorry, Ryan. But sorry. This is more like it's more of a B grade film. The reason I'm saying is because I don't think the budget was very big. I don't think it was a high budget film. Second of all, the director, his name is Matt Noble. He was actually in the movie.
Yeah.
He was the crazy dude. The dude that had the blind eye. The dude that you ended up not liking at the end. That dude, yeah. Okay. He's the director and writer of this film, and it was his directorial debut. So it was literally like he's been on other films. It's not like it's his first time in the film industry.
I was looking for him in the other films. I was kind of like, wait.
Yeah, I didn't really pick. I just saw he's been involved. And he was at the Avatar premiere. But it's obviously because he's got a close relationship with Sam. He didn't know Sam before this, but he knew... I think his producers knew Sam. And then so they sent the script on to Sam, and that's how Sam got involved in the project. But it really is like for Australian cinema. It's one of those films that would be big in Australia but not really around the rest of the world. Because it comes from the Australian film industry.
Yeah.
Plus, on top of that, Sam's son in the film, you had the little boy who was, that boy was so cute. He did such a good job, that little boy. I think his name is Gilbert in real life. Such a fancy name for such a little boy, but I suppose like...
When he grows up.
But right now, Gilbert, like, imagine your child's name, this little 2-year-old, okay, he's not 2. How old was he? Like 5, 6? Like 4, 5. 5-year-old is Gilbert. But anyway, the I don't know about him, but the son grown up, so the teenage son, the actor that played him, it's his first, so he's been, I think, like acting, but not in any serious roles. This was like his first proper, not even big role, like as in his first role, like, yeah.
Like main role.
Yeah, but like this was like, even like from an acting perspective, I don't think he's done much in the past. So it really is for like the up and coming like people in the Australian film industry, and so that's the type of film we're dealing with here. So you can't compare, in other words, what I'm actually trying to say is you can't compare this film with, for example, Avatar, with
or any other action
or
films.
any film that is released at any cinema. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because it's not there. It's like it's one of those up and coming film industry type of films, where like it's the first of the directors and it's the first of the semi-main character. Yeah. So the only person, the biggest star in this was Sam, and I respect him so much for it because he doesn't have to do this film. This isn't first of all, like, he's made it. He's got 2 films that he's acted in that are in the top 5 highest grossing films of all time. Top 5 highest, literally. Do you understand? There's no reason. In fact, people would say, why would you go and do a film like that? You're taking a step back in your career.
He was probably supporting.
But that's the thing.
But
how many actors do that? I don't know of a lot of actors that do that.
Well, most actors.
That's career based. You're like, what is this film going to do for my career? Because Sam could have said, this film is going to put like a little bit of a black spot on my career, you know. he could have said that, but he didn't. And while I was watching the film, there's lots in this film that you could judge. There is lots in this film that you could judge. However, Sam's performance was on another level.
Yeah.
In the hospital, that one scene in the hospital, I was finished. I was like, okay, this guy, Sam's a very good actor. I think he's a very good actor. He's got a very broad range to him. He's very versatile. But I respect him because he comes across as humble.
Yeah.
Do you understand? It takes a humble person to read a script that's not as good as all the other scripts you've read, but to decide, I'm going to do this because I'm supporting Australian film. And he did come out of the Australian film industry. He originally was born in the UK, but when I think he was 2 or something, his family moved to Australia. So he grew up in Australia. So he does come from, I mean, he even has an Australian accent and everything. But he went back home and actually supported the Australian film industry.
In Avatar, it's got like an Australian accent or English Australian, but it's a lot lighter.
Yeah, it's
it?
a lot
it's
lighter.
Smoothened off.
Yeah, it's a lot
lighter.
More. Yeah. So
Wow.
and one of the reasons he actually said he was drawn to this film was because and I personally love this. He said it's a film that supports masculinity, which I personally am all for because, like, we live in a world where masculinity is suppressed and shunned and told that, you know, we need less masculinity in this world, which I personally don't agree with. I'm not saying that it's okay to go and abuse people because some people will come with that. But, like, this film, it really is about the relationship between a son and his father, and as the 2 of them experience grief and go through life, and it's a heavy film. This is a heavy film. I didn't watch it in one go. I ended up watching it in like pieces.
I watched the whole thing.
Did you watch the whole thing? But it's a very heavy film.
Yeah, look, the whole look and feel of the film, you can tell is not it's not what the director wasn't going for a normal film. He wasn't trying to make it the average film.
Yeah.
So like the whole feel of the film, even like there's this constant track playing in the background of this very like sort of down, sort of almost not chilled. It was just this very like hard filled, like saxophone like playing.
I liked it
like
though.
This very, and then you get these like senior. It created a lot of depth.
Yeah.
A lot of mood to the film.
It was a moody film.
And what I loved, that part I was just like, okay, all right, I get it. I love it.
This was a drama. I don't even think you can put, you know how they have like drama, comedy, drama. This was just drama.
Yeah.
Like pure drama. This was a drama film.
And even the way that the actors brought across that there was something mentally depressing about them, like there was just this like silence to them, but you could sense that there was something inside that was not sitting right, you know. So there was a lot of that sort of stuff that really came across well.
Yeah. What I will say, so against what I didn't like about the film, I found it predictable. I did find it pretty like, spoiler alert, there's a car accident that happens and I was waiting for it to happen. I was just like, then at one point, at the end of the movie, the 2 characters get into a fight, and at first it doesn't look like they're going to get into a fight. They even embrace, and I was just like, he's going to shoot him or something, and then a fight broke out. So it was very predictable. However, what I did like about the film was, and Matt was the one that wrote it, so he wrote, directed, and acted in it. He set up a lot of things, and there was payoff. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like there was a part like where Sam is eating and he's got like sauce messed on the side of his mouth that he sets up in the beginning, and at the end there was payoff with that. Even with the son driving the car, so they go camping, and in the beginning of the film he allows him to sit on his lap and drive. He brings that back again at the end. So like there was a lot of, he would set something up and then he would pay. And I must say, I enjoyed how he told the story. So he didn't tell it in chronological order. He gave you what was happening, and then he jumped forward, and then you'd be like, huh? And then he'd go back and he'd give you. He didn't even go back and like tell you what happened.
Well, I was gonna say, I enjoyed the way literally how you took present and past and you put it between. So in other words, you didn't get the full story about the past. You like you sort of had a section. You're like, okay, and the next minute jumps. You're like,
what happened? Okay. They were such a happy family.
Okay.
Like. So, what happened?
So in other words, the film actually gives you a lot of thinking. You're not sitting and kind of being entertained. Well, it is entertaining, but it's more on the side of that you're actually figuring out and sort of looking at. So when the film finished, I first thought to myself, okay, let's look at the lessons of this film. All right, stay away from drugs. When driving, stay away from cars. No, I'm joking. Don't drink and drive.
Don't drink and drive.
Yeah, alcohol is not good.
Friends are not everything in life.
Yes, and have good friends. Don't, because bad company. Yes.
And like relationships aren't perfect. We're never, especially when it comes to family, because we know our families negatives. Do you understand? But don't take them for granted, regardless of and also. Look at how you can, because like the son at one point was very like off with his dad and like, and at the end of the film, the son changed the way he related to his dad, and it improved the relationship.
I feel
so. Stop blaming your family members. In other words,
there's two things that I wish for this film. The first one is that when the dad was a soldier, that he was a lot stronger and more solid.
Okay.
Because like even when he's there around the boys mentoring, like the way that he's like slanted, the way he's sitting back in the chair, where I know that soldiers are a lot more disciplined, they're a lot more like so it would have created a more depth of a character, where from being this like very disciplined soldier,
from being a soldier
to this like very like he's not even like at home like stuff is, and you can't even hold a job and that sort of stuff.
So I agree with you. However, the type of character he had, he was very easily manipulated. That was one thing I picked up. His character was very easily manipulated, and also he would fall back into bad habits, which could be why, as a soldier, even though he was a soldier, he was slanted. Do you understand? I get what you're saying, but you could also look at it from the perspective of, even though
he was good, but he wasn't that good.
Yes. Yeah. So he's a soldier and he knows he should be sitting up straight, but he doesn't, which shows that there's something in his character that allows him to, because he slips into crime at the end of the day. That's what he does. He keeps falling back into crime. But I do hear where you're coming from.
And I love the fact that the way that they really show, because he was a very still character. He was just like, you could see
still waters run deep.
He was boiling. You could tell he was boiling. But even in the midst of action, he kept doing that action. That he's staying that.
Yeah.
Which I was like, which explains why he's staying calm. Because if it wasn't for those sort of things, you would have been like, no man, why is this guy not? He's a soldier. He should be, but he didn't. He like. Like, and then he took the shot and all that. And then the second thing is that I wish that the boy would have been not as still, but more aggressive.
Okay.
Because like he was angry with his dad, and there was a lot of stuff boiling on inside, but he just seemed to be this very he had been caught with drugs, he'd been messing with been in gangs, like he's got this history and all this stuff. And then he just seems to be this very like soft like boy. I feel like I can just slap him and then he'll just like fall over. But this guy's been messing with drugs. He's been in gangs. Yeah. He should be a bit more tougher and a bit just a little bit more rougher, if you understand. And like even like he's wearing his school blazer, and there's even like the broidery thing on the corner. So it looks like he's really looking after his stuff, and he's actually a good. That's how he would have come across to me.
Yeah.
But so it should, maybe just the shirt hanging out and maybe the blazer. I don't know. That's I think.
But you probably. So honestly, if this film, I'll be honest, if this film didn't have Sam Worthington in it, I probably wouldn't have watched it for two reasons.
So it was a good choice getting him in.
Yeah, for two reasons. Number one, I wouldn't have known about it because I don't know if I've ever watched an Australian film, like as in a film that comes out of the Australian film industry. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But then secondly, also like it probably would have irritated me because it's not A grade. But because Sam Worthington was in it, even though there were like the editing, you can see like the edit, you can see it's been done by a fairly new, like, do you understand? Like
Someone
the cast and
fresh
crew
in
was,
the-
they're fresh to the industry. They're trying it out for the first time. But Sam brought a professionalism to it that kind of helped you overlook those things. So even though there was like those, like even the acting from like the other actors, like the little boy, at times I could see he was acting.
Yeah.
He was cute and all, but there was times where I was just like, this child is definitely acting. Do you understand? But even when he was with Sam kind of like brought a, like, they speak about an organicness. He made it feel more organic, which I think is it's helpful. And that's why I think I respect Sam, because he's helping newbies. Do you understand? Like he hasn't gotten so big for his boots that I'm only gonna work with James Cameron. Because I mean,
because that's who he did.
He works. I mean, think about it. This guy's worked with James Cameron. James Cameron has 3 films in the top 5 highest grossing films of all time. He's got Avatar, Avatar 2, and Titanic. 3 of his 3. He's taken out of 5 spots. He's got 3.
And Sam is in both of them.
And Sam's worked with, big directors. And here he is going back and working. And I mean, he didn't know Matt before. He read the script and he liked the message that the script gave. And he said, I'll do it. And Matt did write the role for Sam, but he wrote it for Sam not knowing if Sam would join the project. Sam,
I think that's usually the case.
Yeah. So for him, it would have been a huge honor to have Sam.
Please, if you don't accept this, I don't know what I'm going to do.
No, we didn't even know Sam. He had to send it to his producers. His producers knew Sam. They then sent the script to Sam, and Sam read it and said, "I'll do it." So, and also the reason I respect Sam is so when people like ask, "What is it like working with new actors?" His answer is they don't have bad habits. So the new actor keeps him on his toes because now you're working with this new person, and which I respect hugely from him, because like he's worked with big stars. He's been with Sigourney Weaver. He's worked with Zoe Saldana. He's worked with big names and faces.
Might as well have been in the Marvel.
Do you understand? But he's humble. He comes across extremely humble. And another thing I do like about Sam is he acts in a lot of family, especially recently. The type of films and roles that he's in is family. It's father. So if you look at obviously Avatar, if you look at he acted in that film Fractured. It was a very weird film. But he was a father at the end of the day. That film I personally didn't enjoy, but it was the film itself. His acting was brilliant. This film it's very father related, and he is a father. He has 3 sons, so he even said the specific roles that he takes on is it's determined on location based, because I think he takes his family with him. I don't think he actually goes off like, guys, I'll see you in 6 months, I'm going to film a movie. Like, he takes his family with him, but that obviously will now affect his kids, their schooling, their friends. So he chooses based on that.
Yeah, that's true. I never thought about that before. Which
I respect him as a person. And
all right, I'll do a movie, but you have to film in my country, mate. Okay.
I don't know where he stays. I don't know if he stays in Australia.
Yeah, it's also true.
Yeah.
It would have been a wise choice for him to move to the States, being involved, and then just settle up there, since, that's his side. Do you think that the end should have paid off a bit more? Because
I thought
I just feel like it was good. You get the message. Now he starts bonding with his boy again. It was awesome. Now he's like, the driving and stuff. But it's just like, okay, are they still going to be in the same mess again, wherever they're going?
Yeah, I suppose they did. They kind of just cut it.
Or maybe like he accepted somebody proposed a job, a nice, whatever, office, proper, good, clean earning job somewhere. Now they're just running off, and he still doesn't have a job. And the son is still a mess.
But they're going camping,
Yes.
I like how though there was payoff. So like I said, the thing the sauce messed on his mouth, that was fixed. The sandwiches was like a reoccurring theme.
Yeah.
In it, the driving, and then also in the beginning, Sam Worthington is a sniper, and there's a dog that is about to kill his son, and he shoots him from afar with his shotgun.
I knew that was going to happen.
And in the end, the son then actually does the same for the father. So I like how that there was that payoff.
And he did set that up as well, because he's like, do you remember how to use a sniper?
Yes.
Have a look, hold it, and he's even holding it. So
Yeah.
when they come, like, yes, the boy knows. I know, remembers. It's your time. Remember, your dad did this to you. Let's go.
The thing is though,
Yes.
there was predictability in that,
Yeah.
but I do appreciate the payoff, because what I find with like especially fresh filmmakers is they don't do that setup payoff thing. Like that's an art that they need to learn, that you need to be setting things up that you actually pay off later.
Yeah.
So even though there wasn't it didn't make everything predictable. So like I didn't expect the source thing to come back.
Yeah.
But like with the gun at the end, I was like, he's gonna do that.
And they did good with the makeup.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. The makeup was
Matthew
very
Noble
good.
with his whole face being. I mean, I actually thought that was him.
Yeah.
I thought
And then you see him and
I
you're
thought
like,
that was the actor. And then
Wow.
yes, you saw it early on,
Yeah.
and it wasn't there. I'm like, wow.
yeah, no.
That's-
The and I liked Sam's hair. I
Even-
liked Sam's long hair.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
I've never seen him with long hair before. I liked his long haired look.
Do you think it was a wig? Probably, yeah. Unless they let him grow his hair.
That's a good
Because
question,
his hair was
actually.
like really
It
short.
was really short, yeah.
Yeah, although
Might have been. There's
yeah.
possibility. That just proves though that, because that would fall under the whole makeup
Yes.
that side of the department. So
Yeah.
yeah. The one thing though, and I did see someone give a review about this, which I do agree with. It kind of confused me. The start of the movie. Obviously it shows him in war.
I still want to understand what the whole
You're like,
shot,
did he die? I was
exactly.
waiting for that to come back.
And it didn't mean anything to the
And
film.
obviously it showed him at war, but it didn't like that. Someone said the only reason they shot that was so that they could have that was for the trailer. It was so that they could use it for the trailer to get people to, which I kind of get where that person was coming
they could have
from.
at least.
But I don't get like, because it looked like he died.
I nearly died before. I won't do it again. This time I'm gonna, at least something like that.
I thought he was going to be sent off to war, like he can't pay his debt, so he's going to go back to war to, like work for the government, and then he's going to die. I thought that's what I thought was going to happen. But yeah, so the beginning of the film confused me very much.
And his friend also says, your father was a hero. It's like,
Why? Did he not die?
was it that part where he shot? Because then he saved his squad.
But he got shot. Yeah. But he really looked like he died there, man.
Yeah.
Like I legit thought he died.
I actually didn't know he was shot.
Yes, me neither, until he slid down.
But even when he slid down, I thought he was just shocked. He was just like, shocked.
Yeah.
I nearly lost it. And then the one shot, you see the blood trail down.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh.
He shouldn't have been. I don't think he should have been shot there.
I think they should have rather set it up that this guy is about to destroy the whole operation, and he's the one who takes the shot and wipes out.
Yeah,
And
they
then they're
should have
like-
done that better. They could have started
Yeah.
with the army, because it did give sets up to him being in the army and being
Yeah.
a sniper, and they could have shown him his skills off. I suppose they did show off his skills as well, with being a sniper, but. Yeah, that scene needed to be rewritten. The intro, the beginning of the film needed to.
The trailer is good though.
I haven't watched the
I
trailer.
only watched it afterwards.
Oh, I should have gone and watched
Yeah.
the trailer.
I'm glad I didn't watch the trailer before.
Because it would
I
have given
would've-
everything away.
No, I would have been. They actually don't.
Oh, don't they?
It's very good. Good trailer.
Do you think you would have been disappointed?
The problem, I would have I think I would have been disappointed. Yeah.
Okay.
But the director did well though.
No, he did. It was his first time.
He actually set up so
Yeah.
so good. I love the fact that he went for a whole, like the whole movie is just very down and very depressing. Like you got this scenic route. I mean the scenic shot, this beautiful
Yes.
scenic shoot, and it's this very down depressing.
Yeah.
But I think it was at sunset. All of them were like sort of
Yeah. I just remember the waves.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was just that whole you're just like wow. I just feel so.
But it was a
I
good
get it.
film though.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good film, but obviously it's not an A-grade film. That's what and I don't think it would have been a good film if it weren't for Sam, because if they had if they had
There
the
were other
quality,
good. There were other good but like side
no
actors.
one was
Yeah.
on Sam's level though.
Mm-mm.
And if that,
You didn't
if
think
Sam,
the father of his son's
Okay,
son's friend,
he wasn't bad.
that
yeah.
business guy,
Yeah,
whatever.
he wasn't bad.
I mean, that whole thing that he did there, I was just like, I actually thought he was maybe a very well-known actor
Yeah,
for a second, and I think he had an American. Did he have an American accent?
I don't know.
He might have had an American accent.
But if the quality of acting, so Sam brought quality. If the main actor wasn't Sam and he didn't, if he was a new actor, let's just say that I don't think the film would have been good.
No, it wouldn't have.
Yeah. So the fact that Sam
And even
was in
location, production, all that was good.
yeah.
It was actually very good.
But they needed Sam.
There weren't any repeated stuff, and
Yeah.
even the one scene where there's where they decide to wipe out, like the bad guys, whatever. Then other guys come, and then it's like, then it's action, and then he even runs, and then he gets, and all of that. Well,
Yeah.
I thought it was
But I think
really
it
cool.
was all due to Sam. Do you understand?
Yeah.
I think Sam,
because Sam even runs there.
Yes.
And now,
his acting was.
now you see military Sam. You're just like, this is the guy. What? You shouldn't have let that guy talk to you like that. That's right. That's right. This guy. Do you know who you're talking to?
Yeah. Yeah. But I think if you're but the problem is it's not easy to do this. But like if you're making a B grade film, try and get like a very good actor in it, because you really can see how his acting skill, his performance made the film good.
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't have watched it if it weren't for Sam. So
Nope.
yeah, but I respect
They
Sam.
made it to the movie show
I
on
like
Active
Sam.
FM.
I like Sam. In fact, can I be honest? My favorite character in Avatar is Jake because of Sam.
Oh, is it?
That I like Avatar because of Jake.
Oh, cool.
So and now they're talking about moving it more to the sun. Because I'm like, don't do it, guys. Just leave it with Jake. Jake's cool, man. Jake. We like Jake.
Just move on.
No, don't move on.
No.
Keep Jake.
Oh,
Keep Jake exactly where Jake.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
Just keep him there.
Yeah, no, I like Sam.
That's it.
Sam's Ryan, you need to watch Man on a Ledge.
We need to watch Man on a Ledge.
And you have to watch Avatar 2.
And
Ryan has not watched Avatar 2 yet.
Avatar 2 coming on
Soon.
Active FM. Yeah,
Coming
on the
soon.
movie show.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell people you heard it from us first. And if you've watched it already, you've watched it before me. Then comment below. Tell me that you watched it before. And also
Ask Ryan why. Why, Ryan?
Yes.
Why haven't you watched Avatar yet?
Yes. What is your favorite film of the Avatar, the old one or the new one? And tell us why.
There we go.
We will watch for your comments. You know that we always look for your comments.
We do.
So those who don't comment and say, they're probably not going to. Yes, we will. Yes, we will. All right.
Yeah. So, this has been Transfusion
Mm-hmm.
on the movie show. First
Yes.
Australian film. We should have done the show in an Australian
Yeah.
accent.
Yeah. I can actually see the headline. Movie show does first. All Australian cast movie.
There we go. Yeah. So, until next week. Yeah. Peace.
Cheers.